¿Qué onda, vatos? Thanks again for tuning in to yet another video. Infamous coming at you from the West Coast, San Jose, California. Once again, would you guys go ahead and do me a solid and hit that like button on the video? It'd be much appreciated. Help the channel grow. Anyways, let's go ahead and get on with the topic of today's video. I am sending back the GoPro Hero 10. So, why is that? Well, honestly, for motovlogging, like I've always mentioned in my other videos, if you guys are a fan of Shade Tree Surgeon, you guys have seen his videos, and he's mentioned that he still uses the Hero 5. Alright, so yes, you don't need the latest and greatest technology. Yes, it's nice. It does have a few features, but as a motovlogger, I just don't think we benefit from those. And on top of that, there's still some overheating issues. It's pretty much, you can't use it. It's unusable. It's yeah. I've taken this. I've done my tests. Took it to the range, and it just wouldn't stay on. I mean, what happened? Yes, it overheated after about 18 minutes. Max settings, of course, that's when it overheats a lot sooner. But what I was trying to do, I was trying to recharge the battery. I was already, the battery itself. It's maybe it's the slow motion, because I was also doing some other tests, but it just seemed like after maybe about 20-30 minutes I was at 30%, a little bit under 30% battery life, and I was trying to keep it charged so I could keep on just doing my tests. And once I started hooking it up to my charger, my power brick, that's when I started seeing that it wouldn't stay on for more than maybe 3 minutes at a time.
You're a worthless piece of shit.
It just started shutting off. It kept on turning off, and yes, it's just frustrating trying to keep it working and trying to film it. And like I mentioned in the other video, I believe that's the only reason when you would even consider a GoPro Hero 10, something with slow motion, max settings, 5K, 30 frames per second, or 4K 120, something like that. When it's just I mean, that's the reason why I would say, if you're looking at it, if you're looking at getting something like this, and you're thinking maybe I could use those special features, then I mean, what's the point if it doesn't even work? You know what I'm saying? But yes, it is disappointing. And I have the Hero 8. I also have the Osmo Action. Of course, this is a very good camera for 2021. It's still a very good camera. And I also have another version 2. This is the version 2 Hero 8. But I believe the Hero 8 is the it's the sweet spot for a motovlogger and for additional B-roll footage or whatever you're looking at filming. So that's why I'm sending this back. All right, after a week of testing and after a week of just having it. That being said, of course, there's also a few other reasons why I just don't see, like I said, as a motovlogger, I just don't see me or anybody else using all the other features, and that's the 5K feature. All right, let's just be honest. A lot of people consume their media or the YouTube content on their phones. All right, as a motovlogger, I mean, we're kind of like podcasts. Honestly, we're just a podcast on wheels. So I mean, I don't really see a lot of people watching our content on 4K TVs or anything like that. You know what? I could be wrong. Maybe you do watch my content, or maybe Blockhead's content, Shade Tree Surgeon's content, somebody else's content. Maybe you do watch it on a 4K TV. But as far as myself, and I believe a lot of folks, we watch our content on our phones. So there isn't really a need to be watching it or filming in 5K or 4K. NorCal, he mentioned in one of my videos, he mentioned that he usually shoots at 2.7K, 60 frames per second, and that's honestly, that seems to be the sweet spot. And sorry, the sweet spot. And on top of that, from what I've noticed, and I've just kind of, over the last 3 years of motovlogging, I've noticed that rendering, I find myself rendering in 1080p, and that's mainly because the upload process, the size of the files, just the processing and the publishing on YouTube side, it's just a whole lot faster. Once you're doing 4K, and you're uploading in 4K, your files are just massive. It could take about, because I've uploaded 4K footage, and the upload process, depending on your own internet, your own IP, you might be looking at an hour or 2 hours, and that could that's a whole lot. I mean, that's a whole lot of data. And on top of that, like I said, depending on YouTube, that footage typically takes about 3 days. That's right, 3 days, just so you can have that high quality, you know, just bandwidth and whatever on YouTube servers or whatever they're doing over there. I'm not an expert. I don't know what they're doing, but like I said, I mean, you could upload it, and then you would probably wait 3 to 4 days, so you could publish it. That way you have those max settings once it goes live, of course. So, but let's go over the numbers overall on weight. I am a person, I am someone that really pays a lot of attention to weight overall. You know, just having neck strains, working in front of a monitor, maybe 10 hours, 9 hours out of the day, and then having the helmet and the camera, and then coming home, editing on my workstation. I do strain my neck quite a bit, and I found myself having issues with just filming with the GoPro Hero 8 mod. This is heavy for me, of course, but in case you're wondering overall weight, I'm going to tell you guys, the Hero 8 is the lightest action cam out there. All right, if you want a camera, sorry if this is off the topic, but if you want a camera that's light and doesn't feel like you have anything on, then this little guy right here, this is a great option. This is 4 ounces, just the GoPro itself, 4 ounces. The GoPro Hero 8 mod, with the mod, you're looking at 5.6 ounces, so it's not too heavy. It's only an additional 1.6 ounce. The Osmo Action, just the with the case, of course, not the Ram Mount that you see here. That weighs in at 5.2 ounces. All right, so this is still a little lighter, but you don't have the functionality. I mean, you can. I have it over there. Doesn't weigh much, but it just doesn't sound good. All right, it sounds like crap. You would have to whisper into your mic to get decent audio out of this unit. This is the cheapest one. You can have that mic adapter, Osmo Action. They haven't released a first party or a OEM mic adapter. Maybe with Osmo Action 2 we might see that sometime later this year or next year, but overall, yes, this weighs in at 5.2. It's a great action camera. I really enjoy it. I'm keeping this. All right, this is a good one. It's got that front facing camera, and it's only $200, and maybe Black Friday we might even see this drop down a couple more bucks. But let's go into the GoPro Hero 10. All right, this by itself, the way you see it here, this weighs in at 5.4 ounces. All right, so that's 1.4 ounces heavier than the Hero 8. With the mod, which I also have, with the mod itself, this weighs in at 7.10 ounces. So we're almost close to 8 ounces, and that's half a pound. Yes, that starts to get heavy. With the myself, I mean, this is just me. With the Hero 8 mod, maybe about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That's the max I could probably hold. You know, keeping the camera with the mod itself, I've been able to do maybe 40 to 50 minutes, but by then I would have to remove my helmet and just take a break. With the Hero 8, just by itself, 4 ounces, I don't have that issue. I can have this on all day, probably all day. I mean, the max probably about 3 hours, 4 hours. Yes, I mean, it doesn't bother me. Some of you guys have mentioned maybe it's because the placement, it's on the side, and the wind, and you know, it's just overall, maybe that's what has the maybe that's what adds to the overall weight, or just the neck strain. I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, so that's pretty much it. Recap: overheat, heavy, expensive, and yes, it's just for a motovlogging channel or a motovlogger, it's just overkill. And for those $600 that you're spending, considering the mod, like I said on my other video, you're pretty much better off getting 2 cams, kind of like my setup. Have those 2 GoPros, or maybe have the GoPro Hero 8 with the mod, and then have the GoPro Hero 8 on your handlebar, because the IS is amazing. Or you could switch over, get one of these, get an Osmo Action, and get yourself a Hero 8 with the mod. You have yourself a good setup, handlebar, and on your helmet. So a great motovlogging setup. I really enjoy watching the person, watching the motovlogger. Some of you guys have adapted the 2 cam setup. So I mean, it's great. And yes, it adds more editing, more time, but I believe the quality is just a whole lot better. Just the overall, you know, just the flow of the video. I mean, I'm just, that's the way I see it. All right, that's the way I like doing it. If you guys want to add anything down in the comments, go ahead and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys have for a setup, what you guys have in your settings. I have a video on the Hero 10 where if you guys were wondering, hey, what's the best setup, or what are the best settings for a motovlogger, I have that video as well. You guys can check that out. Thanks for watching yet again. You guys stay out there, stay safe, don't believe everything you read. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.